Okay. We're recording.
No. We're not recording yet.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
I figure we'll try something new and just start.
Just not be prepared.
What are we talking about?
What's the topic?
Normally we kind of say, what are we talking about? And that's to introduce the topic. But this time we really mean it. Like, what are we talking about?
Oh, man. That's a sweet Toyo Tires cup you got there.
Yeah, you like that product placement?
that was pretty.
Ron John, I'm just saying, I can turn this cup around.
Too bad it's
give
a
me
podcast.
A skateboard.
Most people don't see it; they just hear it. Wait! You're jumping in too early.
No, I'm not.
All right, go ahead.
I was about to say, Mike, why don't you, thank the sponsors?
Oh yeah. It's my turn this time?
Yeah, your turn.
Yeah, man, those guys are awesome. So obviously Willwood brakes, one of the main reasons that we're able to have such awesome jobs and pink rooms, as you guys can see here. I still have not taken care of this. It's becoming a real problem, and it's pretty embarrassing now that I can see it.
I think Harlow might have like a My Little Pony poster or something.
I should just embrace it. I should just embrace it.
Yeah. You should deck it out with like car posters and stuff, and we'll just.
Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh man, how are your girls doing?" And I'm just like, "I have 2 boys." I just have. The worst part is Cooper's room is purple. I just haven't had a chance to paint it yet. I've got 2 ridiculously
ain't nothing wrong with
rooms.
Purple.
Huh?
I said, ain't nothing wrong with purple.
It's really, it's like straight up Prince purple. It's like real, like the people that lived here before were real down for that deep purple.
Cool.
Oh yeah. And CRC Industries, those guys are awesome. Most people probably go out and buy their products and don't even realize it, but CRC is awesome.
Yeah, they are one of those companies that like pretty much the cleaner aisle of your local parts store is CRC, and you might not even realize that. It's the one that's not the store brand.
Yeah, the higher quality one. That's them.
Yeah, so support CRC and Willwood where you can because they support not only us but the industry, and they're kind of in tune with what's going on. Hey, if they're in tune with this podcast, they got to be kind of pretty deep in the culture, right? To have found this. So
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we were kind of, I guess, trying something new in a way tonight because normally, y'all, like when we do a little podcast, we've at least a little bit talked about it, like beforehand. Like,
preparing.
At lunch, we're like, what should we do it on? Yeah, because I think this and that'll be good. Let's do that. This time we really we haven't like planned this out, but I just kind of want to see how it goes because sometimes we say really good stuff on those little lunchroom or lunch talks or whatever, and then, we'll forget them. So,
yep.
I guess the premise of this one, I was talking to a buddy. I'll name drop him just in case you guys know him. But Bryson Richards from Classic Livery, and we were kind of going back and forth on text about just trends, and we didn't even mean to get into anything, but he was just talking about how he thinks some of these track inspired builds are already peaked. The wide body or the flared out stuff is peaked, and then he thinks it's going back to OEM plus. And I was like, that's weird because I didn't really think OEM plus had gone anywhere yet. That still seems to be like, as a magazine editor, that's kind of, it's not my gripe. Like when I own a car, OEM plus is cool, but when you're a magazine editor, you're like, can we get some freaking, different colors? Can we get some different kits? Can we get some different vinyls? Can we get, some excitement? Everything looks the same. So, I don't know. Talking to him got me kind of thinking because I was just like, dang, man, he's talking about things that have peaked and then gone up back underground and are now coming back. And I didn't even realize they had peaked yet, and it got me thinking like, again, it's like this pace that we're being forced to live in today because of the exposure that we all get through social media and everything. It accelerates everything so much that it's pretty flat out chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny to look at it that way. It's 100% true. I mean, because of how fast information travels now. I mean, think about it. Back in the day when you and I were growing up, the fastest way to get any type of news was actually happening the day of was either TV or radio. That was basically it. That was the only option. Nowadays, it's ridiculous. I mean, you literally have a notification that pops up on your phone to tell you what the new MLB star's salary is. How freaking ridiculous is that?
When it comes to, the car culture, the only way to keep up was to be at an event. Like, you would go to an event, let's just take Nopi Nationals because it was like the big one. And you didn't know what was going to be there before you went. You know what I mean? Like, these people didn't have build threads and Instagram pages and all of that. Like,
there was no Facebook page. Are you guys coming or not?
No, they had a Nopi tour, and you caught the tail of it, and you're like, holy crap, here we are. We're in it, And so you were seeing everything. I mean, you guys that are younger, freaking just try and imagine that for a minute. Imagine you were going to whatever big show you guys are amped up to go to, but you didn't have a clue what was going to be there besides your crew, your boys or whatever, you just didn't know. And so, in the case of Nopi, I don't know what the numbers were, 100,000 people, boom, descended on, Atlanta Motor Speedway. And it was all these things from all across the country. And it was really fun to kind of be there because there were things to really look at, it wasn't stuff you'd have seen before. So like you would pay more attention to the cars. And then, if you were paying attention, you would start to notice these trends like, oh my gosh, this is really in, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just different, man. Things took so much longer to come kind of full cycle than they do now. Where, I mean, like literally, it seems like now online, things are getting played out via renderings. Like, you don't even have to do it anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like getting played out before anybody can actually do it.
Yeah. I heard 5 guys talk about that. It's not cool anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. A guy did a little Photoshop of that. And so, I don't know really I don't know what you do about it. The problem is because stuff is peaking, it's exploding. Take RWB or Rocket Bunny or any of that. This stuff explodes, and then, I mean, arguably it explodes. It's like we're living the car culture on cocaine. Like it explodes so fast, it peaks, and then it's like everybody's running to the next thing, except we've already peaked so many things simultaneously here that we don't even know what the next thing is. I mean, we can talk about the Rocket Bunny thing. Okay, well, where do you go from that? OEM Plus, because that's played. Okay, where do we go? Like this gritty kind of ratty, rusty thing? Yeah, no, that's played. Okay, well, we'll go to this track inspired. No, that's played. Okay, well...
This is where it gets into the point where it says, like, everything is always cyclical. Like you start to see trends come back into play that were cool in the 70s and 80s and stuff like that, because the engineering, the ingenuity of building the new products is just not up to par. Or maybe it's actually what's really happening is they take something that was old and cool and then they kind of refresh it, make it new and cool. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as far as just totally different trends, like, see, that's the thing. We got to live through like that, the original trend truly happening.
Yeah.
And now when it comes back around, it's just going to be a version of that.
Well, and I feel like, let me try and think. I mean, like, everybody's going to see this differently depending on how old you are or were at the time. But for me, the real import explosion, like I was into it, I guess, 96, 97, 98. But then, like, it was all of a sudden 99, 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4. Like those. But see, that's still like 5 or 6 years that it was like hitting hard. You know what I mean? And like every year, because we didn't have all these, social media pages, like every year you go to Nopi or whatever it was, and you'd go home going, holy crap, like, how can it get bigger? And then the next year it get bigger, and you're just like, where is the peak on this thing, man? Like, I mean, literally, is everybody going to have an import? Is that where this is going? Like, just tuning cars is becoming absolutely what everybody does.
Well, it was super exciting because, like, at least for me, I was actually like, this is literally going to be part of my life every day for the rest of my life. You
Yeah,
know,
that's how I
like,
was. I mean, I was like, this is it. This is
mm,
me. This is my generation. I am, the import guy for life. Like, there was no doubt about it. It wasn't this finicky, well, I'm going to sell this and go buy, a domestic. No, never going to happen. You know what I mean? It was like, we knew exactly who we were.
mm-hmm.
And it's like you were talking about, it was it's cyclical, but now I feel like it's like, there's like a dozen cyclicals going on simultaneously, and it's all just it's weird, man. It's really kind of weird. I don't know if there's an answer to the riddle, but I think we've all heard like do it for you and stuff like that, but I think now more than ever, maybe everybody, you need to kind of step back and be like, am I really doing this for me? Like, what the hell do I like? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's so easy to slip into just a lifestyle habit where you're building a car for posts.
That's true, man. I was kind of perusing social media the other day, and I saw our buddy Frank Garcia from Downstar posted something up, and he's really good about always asking his his
fan base
constituents, his constituents questions.
Yeah.
And he said something along the lines of, if Instagram didn't exist, would you actually modify cars? And
well, yeah,
I think a lot of people wouldn't, to be honest.
wait, that's kind of a basic leading question, but like, to play off of what he was saying, like, if Instagram and social media didn't exist, if you did not have that phone in your pocket or that computer to go onto at night or whatever, what would your car look like? What would you drive? What would you be doing as your hobby? Like, how I think it's almost hard to put into words because it's just become so much a part of our lifestyle that, like, we can't even think outside of that anymore. But I think so many people are motivated. I mean, look at the overland thing right now, right? That's the next frenzy. That's the next thing to get diluted by, all the Instagram people and stuff like that. But it's like, man, with these guys, are people getting into overland because they're genuinely getting into like, hey, let's go see what this is about? Or is it one of those like, this is going to get freaking shared? You know what I mean? like I'm going to find something new that not everybody else is on yet. And then that's going to, help get whatever, the interaction that I want to get. I mean, I don't think anybody actually says that to themselves, but I think a lot of it's so subconscious these days of why we're doing what. It's just something to think about,
Everybody wants to be a damn Kardashian.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, everybody just wants to be not even a Kardashian, but you just want to be like noticed. You want that like, you know what I mean? Like you do. You want it. You want that like that feedback that what you're doing is worth doing and what you're doing is approved and cool and like you're not just freaking, I don't know, out there in empty space just doing something for no reason. But I don't know, man. I like the Frank Downstar thing where it's like, like, what would it look like? What would you be doing right now? What would you be driving? And would it have those wheels? Would it have that wing? Would it have that not wing or whatever the deal is? If you were doing it 100% for you.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, yeah, man, I don't know.
Good point. I mean, not just that, but I mean, because the trends change so fast, the businesses change fast too. Have you noticed that?
Oh yeah.
Like businesses within the automotive industry, man, they'll come on strong, be the next big thing. You hear about them every single day. You're seeing their stuff everywhere, and then all of a sudden, you're like, I haven't seen these guys in months. Where do they? Oh, they went out of business?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that sucks.
I said, we're living on cocaine, man. Like I can almost promise you, we'll go to Formula D, and we'll be like, I've never heard of that company. Holy cow, everybody's wearing this. Or everybody's, got this all of a sudden, and I hadn't even freaking heard of it. And then, 2 years, you're like, man, what happened to that? Like it's just, it hits so hard, and then it peaks out so fast.
Yeah. I'm noticing that with a lot of things nowadays.
Well, yeah, it's everything. It's not just the car world. It's the way that, seriously, dude, social media has changed everything. Why we do things, it's insane. I see my wife go around and buy things for our house and change things up and put little different flowers in and and that's it. That's why she bought them, so she could make a post. Like the purchase was solely for a post or whatever. And it's wild.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I guess you just, like I said, man, maybe we all need to just, I do my best thinking in the shower. So, like next time you lads are in the shower, maybe, just think about like why you're doing it. Why are you doing this? Did you get somewhere sucked into the lifestyle and maybe lose your way a little bit? Is there something you want to say, automotively speaking, that you're not saying because, you don't think it's whatever, the right, time or audience that's going to appreciate it or whatever?
That's a good point. Looking at it on a little bit of a different scale, we were talking about, the fact that people kind of do it for the e-fame and stuff like that. I think you might, theoretically, if we put Frank's theory into play, I think you might see the opposite too. I think you would see a lot of guys go out there and have more wild-looking cars than they currently do because they wouldn't care whether or not it's accepted.
Yeah. Well, and I've been going through a little bit.
That would be pretty freaking gnarly.
Yeah, I've been going through just thinking about, us maybe doing some more with the Still Hood brand that we used to do, if you guys do or don't know of it. And I was kind of going back over that history in my head, and it's just like, oh yeah. I was like, man, that worked at the time that it worked because we were really kind of punk rock about it. Like, we weren't making it to sell it or to make money. We were making it because we thought it was cool. And that was
we were making it because we wanted to wear it. And then other people just wanted to wear it too.
Yeah, because we needed new shirts. And so that's kind of what we were doing. And that's the thing. We didn't care, man. We didn't care if people liked it or didn't like it or bought it. And then it felt really cool when they did buy it. And then somewhere along the line, it turned into us trying to think about what people would want. That's where you fuck up. Pardon my French. But that's where you're messing up. So I think a lot of people metaphorically are kind of doing that with their builds and their cars. And you got to get away from that. This isn't about trying to do something that you think people would like. It's about doing what you like. Mm-hmm. And if you're doing what you like, people will like it. That should, draw people. There's going to be a certain aura about you or whatever if you're just doing what the heck you like to do because you like to do it and you don't have to justify it. Like, that's what this is all about, right? That's what brings people in. That's that mentality that makes people remember anyway, So I think maybe as a culture we've all kind of started to kind of get really confused, have a little identity crisis on who we are and what we're doing and why we're doing it. And it's because of all this. I mean, dude, peer pressure is no freaking joke when you're messing around with social media. I mean, it's so bombarding. It's so everywhere. Every time you get on Facebook or Instagram or whatever you're on, there's somebody telling you what's cool. You know what I mean? There's somebody telling you the way you need to do it or the way, so I don't know. I mean, that's cool and that's marketing and that's what it's all about. But like doing it for you is the best, that's kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to exactly say. It's a hard point to make, but it goes back to if you're doing it for you and you can take all that outside peer pressure and not bring it into your psyche and your head, I think that not only are you going to really enjoy what you're doing and it's going to make sense to you and you're going to want to stay involved and you're not going to get beaten down or jaded or anything like that, that so many people talk about when they've been in the industry for a while.
Yep. It's all fair points.
So I don't know if I have any other points. That might be.
I think that was it. The sweet hat you got on, man. Was that Hawaii?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got this at the grocery store in Kauai, man. Safeway.
Safeway. I feel like you should be throwing up a gang sign right now with the way that you said that.
No, yeah, because I've been thinking about some Still Hood hats. So I've been like trying on all the hats that I own today and trying to figure this one doesn't fit right. This doesn't look right. This, so I don't know. This is the one I stopped on.
Yeah, I dig it.
All right, guys. Well,
that's it. Be more prepared next time.
Yeah, you guys.
I don't know how this went.
Be more prepared. All right.
All right.
Later.